Hello world, I'm a 51-year-old homeschooling mom of four, holistic health coach, and I am out in the garage because I'm going to put together a shelf system that just got delivered since we have a surprising warm day in late February, instead of dragging it inside and putting it all together and having to deal with it inside. And I'm looking for something. Oh, right. I'm looking for my notes because when I was out here, I have to go through a lot of things that just got placed here, taking up all this area in the middle of our garage and making it feel crowded because my in-laws just moved and they donated some items to us, some things that were retro toys that my husband played with when he was a baby, and other things we're storing temporarily. And I now have a job in front of me, and I was thinking that I have 6 specific things I'm going to do different or just pay more attention in 2026. And one of them is to write down things on a piece of paper, or notes, or else if I'm in front of my computer, keep my notes app up and specifically write down things for the day or whatever I'm trying to, like things that come to my mind, maybe things that I have like flashes of brilliance, or things that, to-dos or whatever. Be very specific. We got recently, it's right inside. Recently I just got a family calendar that we put on the wall, and I have to redo it for this month. But just a visual of seeing it, and everybody goes by and they can see the important dates that, for them, because I have my computer personally and I have my calendar up, but if everybody can see it, it's just a reminder. It keeps everybody on the same page, everybody on track. And I know my husband's really good about that. He's always been really fastidious with writing down things, keeping a physical notepad, or itemizing everything on lists on his computer. And I'm kind of right-brained, more creative, artistic side. So spontaneous, right? So I'm like, oh, I'll remember what I need to do. I get up in the morning, I know I have a general idea what my day is going to be like, but then life happens like it always does, and then you get off track and you're taking care of stuff for the kids, and then something else comes up, and then you're like, oh, I forgot to schedule that appointment, or I forgot to finish that task that needed to be done, or suddenly you're just like, oh, that was overlooked and I should have checked that off today. So writing down notes specifically and keeping track and keeping accountable, because you see that visual either on a piece of paper, on your computer. I'm going to really be specific about that. And then the second thing is to break up tasks. Be very specific to say, okay, this thing is overwhelming. Like if I'm out here in the garage and I have a whole bunch of stuff to go through, clearly it probably can't be done in an hour that I have before it gets dark or before I have to make dinner or whatever. So I'm just going to say, this one section, I can take care of that. And then I check it off and move on to the thing I have to do of importance at that moment. But then if I'm out here another day, then the other section. I'm a person, and probably, maybe, people like this, or you are, that you tend to be paralyzed when things are too much, like too big, too overwhelming. Then you just shut down and say, okay, I'm going to put it off to another day when I have more time. But that day sometimes never happens when you have a busy life, or you work outside the home, or you have multiple kids, or even one kid. It's like life just comes at you. So breaking it up into chunks makes me feel, okay, I'm happy that I accomplished that. That's good. Now that motivates me to do the next section or to do the next part or whatever another day. So be really specific to break up things. Also, we have always been into recycling. Obviously, reduce, reuse, recycle. That's something great to accomplish, but I want to be more intentional about really paying attention and not just filling up the garbage, the landfill bag or box. Recycling as much as we can, like we have been always. But then I found this site where you can go and buy, it's called TerraCycle. You can buy a box of items that don't get used, that aren't in the recycling stream, so that you can, and it tells you exactly what items, and then you can send it back to them when the box is full, and they have ways of putting it into, like, I don't know, park benches or different things where they can remold it and remake it into something useful instead of just filling up landfills. So that makes me feel good to participate in that. And then you know what, I just want to be more intentional about things. Like, for instance, my daughter, she's going to be 21 in a few months. She stopped by on the way when she was driving off after work, and she was close by to the house. She stopped by, and it was kind of like a bad time. I was out here wanting to get that thing built, and I was wanting to start digging into my project. And then I'm like, okay, I'm getting thrown off. And it's sort of, at first, you're just like, oh, I can't accomplish this right now because something came up. But then you have to reset and say, okay, in this moment, what is the priority? And sometimes we get frustrated when our plans get thrown off. But when you can step back and see the whole picture and see what is a better use of your time or what matters more in the grand scheme of things, that's a nice way to just recalibrate and say, okay, that's fine. This project will be here in another, half an hour or whatever, and just spending time and just listening to her talk, telling me what's going on, what happened in her day, or a story, or asking questions, or whatever's going on, reconnecting. That's so much more worth it, and then I feel really awesome about, just having time with my daughter instead of like the mundane chores that will always be there. So that was fun to see her. And also just to work toward goals, have that goal, write it down, see it, and then work and feel good, like even baby steps, even little things, you're accomplishing that every day. You're like checking more things off, and you're getting there. Like, we're gonna sell this house, so we're really trying to finalize the last redoing some areas, or just adding some touches that we think will be nice to enjoy, and also just a better sell. And every time we get something else done, it's just like, oh, this is coming together, it's becoming complete. And or we clear out an area, or am I donating some stuff, I'm like, okay, we're closer to our goal. This is another day that we will eventually buy land and have chickens and all that stuff that we want to do, and garden. And then, like I'm putting this shelf system together so I can have greens growing all year round inside the house. So number 6, grow as much food as you can. So I don't know if you can use any of those items. I'm probably sure you can. So think about things you want to do in this year to your best health.